Hello and welcome back to the Blue Podcast Network, and this is the first episode of the new season of The Green Show. I'm here with Kian and Rhys. Rhys will not be a permanent host. He's stepping in for Ethan, who's our other permanent host today, but Kian is returning, and I'm now your lead host as Leicester City were relegated.
Is it not the second show because of the transfer?
No, that was a transfer show. So this
I thought it got labelled as green.
This is episode 0 of the Green Show. Yep. And we are doing Championship, League One and League Two predictions. So how it's going to work is we're going to give the playoff and the auto spots for all the leagues, and we're going to give the relegation spots, and we're going to do some other predictions for the Championship as well. So let's start with our Championship automatic spots.
Right.
This to me was one of the hardest bits to predict.
Yeah, I feel there's like a load of teams that could be in those spots for me. Even just going through all this.
I can go first if you want. I've gone with Ipswich first.
Yep.
And I've gone with Leicester second.
I knew you would.
Look, I have to back my team.
I know you do.
I'll explain my reasons. So I think...
Should we say ours then?
No, I'll say mine. Okay. We'll all say it and then explain. So I think Ipswich, for me, have the second best squad. They look good. They look quality. They've kept a lot of good players. They've lost Liam Delap, I know, but they've got Sammy Smodics, who was the top scorer the season before. So they've got a good squad. I think Leicester have the best squad by far. Personally, you can disagree with that if you want, but we're getting a points deduction. So I think we will win as many games as we did last time, but with 9 or so less points because of the points deduction, which will be enough for second place. But I do think between second and third will be very, very close.
Yeah, I guess.
What have you guys put?
I mean, I was saying with Leicester that I think I haven't put Leicester in my top 2 just because of the points deduction. I don't know how much is that going to...
Yeah, we don't know how much it's going to be. If it's 4, I think we win the league.
Isn't it meant to be 9?
I think I'm seeing 9.
No one knows yet, really.
I've
seen 9,
I've seen
no one
9.
Knows.
If it's 9 points, that is massive.
It's only 3 games. It's only 3 games.
Yeah, but when you think about it, last time you were in the Championship...
We won the league by 3 points, but that last...
Yeah, but if you got deducted 9 points that season, you wouldn't even got automatic.
Yeah, but also that last game we played, everyone was hungover, which they wouldn't have been if, obviously. So that would have been second place, which is why I've put our second. Because also I think the quality of the Championship's lower this time.
Yeah. Who have you gone with, Rhys?
I went with Ipswich to win the league, and I went with Southampton to finish second.
Yeah? Any reasons or just...
Saying both teams have just come down. They both have really strong squads, and I expect them to do well this season. I said I think I would have probably put Leicester up in the top 2. It's just there's points deductions. Don't know what's happening there, so that's kind of put me off with them.
I've gone different. So I've gone Southampton to win the league.
It could happen.
Yeah.
And then I've got Sheffield United second.
Really?
I had Sheffield. I had Sheffield United in my top 2.
See, I think there's a massive difference between the relegated 3 and Sheffield United because a lot of Sheffield United's top players last season were loans. They had Harry Souttar from us on loan, and they had, I forget who the other one was, but they had another big loan.
Raksaki.
They had Hamza Chowdhury for the second half of the season, who was very good for them at right back
as well.
Raksaki, that's another one.
Really,
but also, they're probably going to lose Gus Hamer. They're probably going to lose another couple of good players. Plus, I just don't think their overall squad is good quality.
Well, no, my reason Southampton I want getting to first. I think Will still is the best manager in the Championship. Yeah. Maybe Kieran McKenna.
It's tough because we've not seen him in England, but
I
anticipate him being the best.
I really like the Will.
I anticipate him being the best.
And I think they keep hold of Fernandez.
I don't think so.
I think they keep hold of Fernandez.
If they keep hold of him, my prediction probably changes.
That's the main reason. And I think Dibbling... Thing is, they want so much for Dibbling. I don't think
he will stay. I think
the fact they've got and Cameron Archer as well. Yeah, I'll get into Archer a bit later because I'm kind of hinting that. But no, I think Southampton are really.
The fact he's tipped to be top scorer to me is mad.
Harwood Bellis as well, and my reason for Sheffield United, I think they've had a really strong window. I think they have. Louis Barry on loan from Villa is an.
But he didn't.
Signing.
I know he got injured, but he didn't do one of those 2 or 3 games he played for Hull.
But that's in a crap pool team that almost went down.
True.
He's around some top quality players. I think Tyler Binden on loan from Forest. That's another great signing.
He did well in League One, to be fair.
He was standout in League One. I think
but then again,
just to the Championship brilliantly.
That's replacing Harry Souttar, who I think was probably slightly better than him, because he played well in that Championship squad.
They're very different in terms of centre backs.
Yeah, but they need that. I think they need that tall presence to defend set pieces.
Obviously, he's still got. I don't know if Robinson's going to start. over Bindon.
Yeah.
Did they sign Holding? No, they haven't signed Holding back, have they?
No, and I also don't think that'd be a good signing really either.
No, Holding for the championship.
He's all right. He's all right.
Year.
But for me, I just think that the squads of Ipswich, Leicester, and Southampton are miles clear. Are any of you disagreeing that Leicester have the best squad? Because I would say it's quite clear. Especially if you look at last season. When you consider that the only player we've really lost is Vardy. I think
you've got to ask that at the end of the transfer window.
No, I know.
Yeah,
but
at the end.
If I'm asking you now, who is the best squad?
Thing is, I would argue Ipswich.
Would you? But even though they've lost Liam Delap, who was their best player by a mile, I think Bilal El Khanous is similar levels to Hutchinson.
El Khanous goes, surely.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of
Forest, please.
I've not seen many people in for him.
I think Forest.
I don't think he will now. You've kept Gibbs White though.
We need a backup. So
he will not go for a backup. I don't think.
Yeah, he would want to go.
Anyway, I think it'll be like Sheffield United. It'll be similar to.
Why would he not rebuild himself at Leicester in the Championship? I haven't put him as player of the season, but be player of the season in the Championship, and then get a big move to a Prem club.
I just think he gets a move because he stood out in a really crap Leicester team.
I think he'll be like
Sunderland want him, Forest want him, Villa want him. There's interest. I think he just goes. And if he's available for the quoted 23, 25 million pounds,
that would be ridiculous. Which which worries me. But no, I think we've got the best quality squad. If we can sign a striker, I have no doubt that we will push for autos. The only reason I haven't put us first is the points deduction. The Championship is what we do. Yeah. As a Leicester fan, being in the Championship is what you do. But we'll move on to third to sixth. So this time we'll say them all and then we'll debate. Yeah. So I've said third Southampton because I think between us and them we'll be very close. Fourth Sheffield United. Fifth I've gone for Middlesbrough, who are my playoff winners, and sixth will be Coventry City.
Okay, Rhys.
I've gone with that's the third. I went with. I'm trying to remember what I said. I went with. So I said Leicester third, Sheffield United fourth. I went with Coventry in the playoffs, and there's always in the Championship we always get a little surprise team. Yeah. So I've gone with Millwall to be in the playoffs. I don't think.
Who's winning the playoffs for you?
I think Leicester will win the playoffs. I reckon all three teams go straight back up.
Okay. So I've got Ipswich in third as my playoff winners.
Okay.
Fourth, I've got Norwich.
Yeah, that was
Norwich
another
window
one
has been phenomenal, even though they've lost Sands. Fifth, I've got Leicester.
Yeah.
And sixth, I've got a rogue one as well, and I think this is really rogue, but I've got my reasoning. Queen's Park Rangers.
I was also tempted by them because I think as a rogue shout, I don't think they're an obvious shout, but as a rogue shout with the business they've done
and the manager.
Yeah, the manager.
The manager is a big one. Julian Steffen, what an appointment.
Yeah.
Because this is a guy who won a trophy at Rennes, got him into European football, developed the likes of Denzel Doué, Camavinga. How QPR got him, I don't know.
It's not quite Martí Cifuentes, though.
I think Steffen's a better manager.
Well, I'm going to wait and see what I think of Cifuentes because I've not watched him enough. But yeah, he's a very good appointment for me. I'll explain a bit quickly. So I think for me, I said in my notes that I think Southampton will finish a couple of points behind Leicester, like literally one or two. It'll be really close. Sheffield United, I think, will be about 5 points behind that, so that they'll still have a very good season. But I just don't think they're the same quality as the other teams. I think Southampton lose in the playoff final as well. By the way, that's another thing. Rob Edwards for Middlesbrough, to me, is a fantastic appointment. That is ridiculous. They've got the squad. Look at the players they've got. They've got a very, very good squad. I mean, that midfield, they've got Hayden Hackney. They've got
He's off to Ipswich.
Not necessarily yet, is it? Well,
no, they've agreed a fee.
Well, it's not announced yet, so I'm just leaving it there for now. You've got Morgan Whittaker, you've got Finn Azaz. It's a very good squad, and I think Rob Edwards can get the most out of it. And Coventry are just they're on the up.
Yeah, the thing is about Edwards
been good.
Is his spell at Luton last season.
Yes,
and I just think Middlesbrough, they always fall short, and I think they will again. Obviously, they've lost Ben Doak.
But I think this year with Middlesbrough, they got a man who's been there with Luton and got them up. Carragher wasn't. Yeah, he's never done that. So I think they finally got a man in that kind of knows how to kind of.
Yeah, but they've had that with Chris Wilder as well.
Yeah,
and Chris Wilder didn't do
the thing is with me, I feel like it's going to be like it was last season, a very close playoff race that goes down to the last day.
Yeah.
And the reason I've got them as my playoff winner is because I feel that they'll sneak in on the last day, and I think the team that always sneaks in last minute, who's got that momentum, tends to be the one that wins it. I don't think they'll be the deserved ones, but I think they could. Who was your player of wonder, by the way?
Ipswich. I think it'd be an Ipswich-Norwich final.
That would be absolute.
Wow.
Well, it's like I've been really impressed with Norwich's.
I like Norwich. I was tempted by
Jacob
them.
Wright on loan from Manchester. I believe he's gone back. Yeah, he has. Grimshaw is a backup keeper. Yes, they've lost Angus Gunn, keeper from last season.
Yes.
Harry Darling from Swansea.
It's a good signing.
Ethan, you're going to absolutely hate me for saying that. But
he'll love that you've mentioned how good he is. But Liam Manning is more the thing for me. I just think Liam Manning's a great manager.
Manning as well. And
I wanted him personally as a Leicester fan. I wanted him to be our manager. I'm happy with Cifuentes though. But yeah, Manning he's good.
Also the side of Pap Diallo.
Yeah,
Championship level as a replacement for Borja Sanz. And if they keep hold of Sargent, because obviously his move to the Bundesliga fell through.
Yeah, he's one I'd look at if I was us. I'd quite like to.
If they keep Sargent, I think they get playoffs. And yeah, you can see I've got 2 rogue shouts with Norwich and QPR.
I'm surprised. Did neither of you have Coventry? I know you had Coventry.
I have a Coventry.
I'm surprised at that because I do think they've.
I think they'll get found out this year.
I hope so. I really
know
hope
you
so.
do, but I think they will get found out this year.
It's just unbearable. They force rivalries with everyone, but they're. I feel like they're a club on the up. Frank Lampard's been a very good appointment. I when he went, I was laughing at it, thinking that's going to be an absolute disaster, but it's gone very well.
If they could keep hold of Rudoni as well.
Yeah, and Matt Grimes in midfield. That's a very good midfield.
A big one.
But should we move on to our relegation? Relegation. Oh yeah, relegation. Yeah. Of course.
Relegation for me was so tough. I think there's one guarantee.
Are we going
to
read off 3?
Yeah, we'll do for the autos.
Okay. You go first.
Sheffield Wednesday 24th. That is. Yeah. I'd like to think you've all got that. Yeah. They've got too many issues off the field. I mean, we're playing them first game of the season, so I've been looking at them a lot. I think they've currently got about 15 players and only 1 goalkeeper. Like this is
not even got a manager now.
This is really.
Danny Rowe leaving is big.
I mean, Chansiri is an absolute cretin of a human. Like the fact that this is happening to one of the big old English clubs that's incredible as a club is really, really sad to see.
I mean, he wants something like, was it 200 million he wants for the club, but he's put it down by 50 million. No one's going to buy it for 150 million.
No,
and
of course not.
And now the council has said they can't sell out one of their stands.
They've had to shut half the stadium.
Yeah.
But this is a big problem. But from what I've seen, because I saw a couple of Sheffield Wednesday fans posting on our forum and stuff, and it's not about the league for them anymore. It's about survival. It's not about whether they stay up, because they frankly know that's not happening. It's about surviving as a club.
Yeah.
So
they just want their club back. They want their club back. They they used to be in the Premier League, then in the top divisions, and then suffering now. It's just absolutely poor management.
Jeff Chansiri, you have to sell the club.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
He will now that Matt Trevelyan has said
obviously.
it. You see, Matt Trevelyan said you should sell.
He has to though.
Who's your other 2, Matt?
My other 2. So this was really hard. I think Portsmouth 23rd.
Really?
They've I went through on Transfer Market and looked at every single club's business. They've not really signed anybody, because I was originally going to put Oxford in there because I thought they could have a second season syndrome, but they've made quite a few good signings, whereas Portsmouth haven't.
But I wouldn't say Portsmouth necessarily need to. They're a young squad, kind of growing.
Maybe not.
And they've still got Josh Murphy.
But I think they could get found out.
Murphy was top assister in the Championship last season.
Yes,
I don't think you go down.
That's a big thing for me.
I don't think you go down with the top assister.
But he could still get sold.
The thing is, Portsmouth away home from last year was so strong. That's basically what kept him up as well. And I think that would just continue coming into the season.
It could do. And as I said, I feel like for me, this is a lot more guesswork than the top 6. I think the relegation ones. And my team in 22nd, which to be honest, on paper now, I probably wish I put 23rd, is Hull. They're another team that's struggling financially. They're not struggling, obviously, to the length of Sheffield Wednesday, but they've got money issues. They can't really make many signings. And again, just poor ownership. So I thought that they might struggle. They've signed Ryan Giles permanently. That's pretty much...
No, they haven't. No, you've got this wrong, right?
Did I get this wrong?
You got this wrong. He signed for... So you know when he signed for Luton in the Premier League?
Yes.
He went on loan to Hull 6 months later.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. Then he joined Hull last summer. went on loan to Middlesbrough in January, and now he's back at Hull.
That's what I thought, because Ronnie said to me that he'd signed permanently last
No, you got it wrong.
season.
I watched it on the Green Show. I was like,
I didn't get it. For anyone watching it, I didn't get this wrong. Ronnie said to me, Ryan Giles has signed permanently, and I said, no, he signed permanently last season. He went, no, his loan ended, and he's now permanent. I was like, I don't think that's right, but I went with it, and I thought he was right. But either way, I don't think that's really the only addition they've had in the last year or so.
I may as well say mine because it's very similar.
Okay.
I've got Wednesday bottom.
Yeah.
I've got Hull 23rd.
Yeah.
I've got Oxford 22nd.
I would, if I was doing it again, I'd switch Hull and Portsmouth. But I feel like it's going to be Sheffield Wednesday, Hull, and one of the three other teams.
Yeah. Sheffield Wednesday as well. Gone with Oxford. I think they will
23rd,
go down. For me, it was between Hull and I'd say Charlton.
I think Charlton
has done good business. I've been impressed. Was it Kaminsky, the goalkeeper?
They've
I think that's a really good.
Half of Luton's old squad.
and Leighton Orient, they signed Charlie Kelman.
Yeah. So, but with that, I'm going to go with Hull. But
Yeah.
I think Charlton will still be towards.
So
the
it's interesting how similar we are, because I actually thought there's a lot of options.
Yeah, there is.
I just feel like Portsmouth and Oxford, just one of them will drop, I think, because they'll get found out.
I think Oxford are going to suffer second season syndrome.
That's my
losing Rodriguez as well. I know they've got Brannigan still. I know they've signed Luke Harris on loan from Fulham, which is another good signing.
I will tell you something as well. I originally did have Oxford in, but I took them out for Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Because they lost a couple of good loans as well. They had, I know this because
Ben Nelson. Ben Nelson. They've lost Ben Nelson.
He was ridiculous for them last season. He's going to start for us, and we're going to. Obviously, their aim, I'd imagine, this season is survival again. Our aim is autos, and we're starting a player that started for them.
And also, I want to say, I still think it was wrong of them to sack Des Buckingham.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think they've improved under Rowett at all.
But either way, I think it's Holland, Wednesday are probably the two more obvious ones. I then think, between them it's...
Obviously, I told you that I did the whole table because I thought that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
Do you want to know who I had above the relegation zone?
Who? I'm interested.
Stoke.
That's another team.
Yeah.
But then I look...
Losing Wouter Berger.
But signing Aaron Questwell, who's played in the Premier League
He's
for a
about
long
44.
time.
I think we always say with Stoke, they always do good business and they just don't.
And the other one they've signed, which I've now forgotten, it's completely left my head, was a very good signing, but it's left. It was a striker, I think, but I can't remember. They signed someone very good, and I can't remember who it was.
I think losing Berger is... I just think they're in trouble next year.
I think
they seem to be
were
getting
another one
worse each year.
Yeah. Well, they just stayed up last season, didn't they?
Another team with bad ownership as well. As I was saying, I think it's a lot about ownership there. They've signed Devin Mibama from Man City. They needed a striker, and that's a good signing.
It's a risk.
Also, Ash Phillips from Spurs.
I like Ash Phillips.
It's a good loan. And that Talavierov from Plymouth. He's also signed. So they've been making some good signings.
I just don't think... No, I just can't.
Well, fair enough. We've got to move on now. Yeah. So we'll move on to... our other predictions are Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Top Scorer, Top Assister, and Golden Glove winner. So who is your guys' Player of the Season?
Mateus Fernandes, because I think he stays at Southampton.
Who's yours?
I went with Flynn Downs. Just why not?
I've gone for...
Sound like Ethan.
Yeah. I had a thought. When I saw his name, I thought, I'm going to do it for Ethan because he probably would have put him down.
I put Mateus Fernandes if he stays, if not Hayden Hackney.
Yeah. I think Fernandes at Championship level is just going to be ridiculous.
He's very good, but I do think he leaves. So I think it will be... So I'm kind of saying Hayden Hackney because I think Mateus Fernandes is going to leave because I can't really say two names, but Hayden Hackney's proven how good he is. As you said, he might be moving to Ipswich, which again, I just
makes it even better.
He levels up another level, and I can't see why Hayden Hackney doesn't have another very good season.
Yeah.
Who did you say again? Sorry.
I said
Flynn Downs. That's an interesting one.
I remember when he was at Swansea in the Championship, he was a pretty decent player.
He was.
Even for West Ham, I don't think he kind of got the chance properly to kind of show himself, but he's a solid player in the midfield.
Flynn Downs is the type. His role, it's one of them. What he does goes unnoticed, and I don't think that will get him the Player of the Season.
That's why I don't think you ever really see a DM as a Player of the Season.
You got Hayden Hackney.
I know, but Hayden Hackney's for me another level to Flynn Downs. I just think Hayden Hackney at the end of this season, or even potentially in January, will get a move to a decently sized club.
Yeah,
because I think it's been coming a while. Young Player of the Season.
Okay, and you wanted under 20, didn't you?
Ideally, yeah, if you could do under 20.
Well, I've gone with Watford's new signing, Irankunda.
That's a very good option. Yeah. Who've you gone with?
He's 20 years of age, so that's perfect. Milo Ivanovic. Obviously, I put Millwall to go in the playoff.
Yeah.
He's a very good player for Millwall.
Did well last
so
year.
I'm saying, so
I didn't know he was 20. To be
no,
fair.
I thought he was a little bit older as well.
I thought he was older than that.
Yeah, I thought he was at least 23, 24, but he's probably Millwall's best player, really, quality-wise. And I think if I'm saying that Millwall are going to be in the playoff areas...
I know who Matt's got.
Who have I gone with?
I know who you've got. I can say it for you. Jeremy Monga.
I have got Jeremy Monga.
I know you would.
This is his breakout season. He in the Premier League, when he played last season, he looked incredible. And I've watched him now 3 times in pre-season on both live and on videos. He played FC Köln, who are obviously a decently sized club. They've just got promoted to the Bundesliga. They're a very historic club. This is where I thought, well, now he's going to look a bit shit compared to the other teams in pre-season. He was taking on defenders like he was 25 and been playing professional football for 6 seasons. Like, he is, to me, this talent who is going to go on to be our next 80, 90 million sale.
I can see why.
Like,
Maybe not 80
against you as well. When
but
I scored a winner.
I just think a lot of fans are like this with players from their own club, youngsters.
No, but I've seen youngsters before, but I've never seen youngsters like this.
I mean,
we've had good youngsters before, but not this level.
I've gone Irankunda. Like, this is a lad from Bayern Munich. This is a lad who's on Bayern Munich's books, and he is just going to absolutely tear the championship apart.
But also, the reason I'm saying this is because I feel like Young Player of the Season doesn't get given to somebody who they already know is going to be good. I feel like normally when you see a Young Player of the Season...
Surely people know Monga's going to be good.
Well, no,
if he was playing in the Premier League last year...
He's played about, 200 minutes in the Premier League. That's not enough to judge him as good. I feel like it always goes to that kind of player who has a breakout year, rather than a player like Irankunda, who everyone knows is going to be a superb player next season. So I think it will be someone like Monga who's not established.
Who's yours?
Yeah, I said Ivanovic from Millwall.
Yeah.
But as I said, if we're saying about he's more established, isn't he?
Yeah.
So in that way, maybe not.
That's why I wanted to go for someone who wasn't an established player.
To be fair, Matt, you were not debating this with anyone. You were gonna go Monga no matter what.
No, obviously. I mean, I could have gone. There's lots I could have gone with Leicester. There's Fatawu. There's Louis Page, who looks very good. There's Jake Evans. There's loads. But I'm very excited about next season. Top scorer.
Cameron Archer.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't believe the bookies at all. Who do you think?
I went with George Hurst just because he was high up on the bookies rankings.
I don't know. I feel like
he was just high up there. That's my reason.
I've gone for Sammy Smodics, which I know is going on. If you remember, that's going completely against something that I said to you guys off camera about a month ago. I said Sammy Smodics is going to have nowhere near the season he had for Blackburn, but
look who he's around now. The players.
Yeah, that's the thing. Different. George Hurst is not the same level as Sammy Smodics, and they're in the same team. I think if Ipswich had to choose one to start up front, it's Sammy Smodics, quite clearly.
They were both high up on the odds. So.
I don't think Cameron Archer will be the player for Southampton. As in, like,
thing though,
he won't be the one who's scoring the goals. I don't think he'll be. I think it'll be more Tyler Dibbling and Fernandez.
You've got to think though, Archer's had good spells at Middlesbrough and Sheffield United in the Championship.
Yeah,
got goals in the Premier League as well. He wasn't too bad in the Premier League.
I just feel like the player who's always tipped to be top scorer doesn't tend to be. Which
I
is
didn't
why
even know he was
him.
Tipped. To be fair,
which I didn't think he would be. I was surprised.
I didn't think he would be.
I do think he's good at this level, but I don't see him outscoring Sammy Smodics. Should we move on to top assists?
Yeah,
I've gone for Whittaker.
I can see it, but
who have you gone with? Both of you.
I've gone Tom Fellows from West Brom.
Yeah, who have you gone with?
I went with Finn Aziz. I know he was top assists last season. He's going to continue with that with Middlesbrough.
I think Murphy was top last year.
So no, I'm saying he was towards
for Middlesbrough.
Yeah, I just think for me, Whittaker is. You know what I said about Rob Edwards? I feel like he's going to get the most out of this squad. So I think Whittaker will go back to his levels he was at with Plymouth.
He's not. I don't think he's personally kicked on well at Borough so far.
But that's
what I'm saying.
In my notes, I've got he had a poor first season, but Edwards will help him kick on and get the most out of him. Which I think is the same for Azaz. It was the other one I was thinking about. I think it'll be a Borough player.
Well, I went Fellows.
It's another great shout.
Yeah, he got second most assists last season.
Yeah.
And being under Ryan Mason, I think West Brom are going to be a lot better, going more attacking. I really think Fellows is going to really kick on this season, and then next summer he'll get moved to the Premier League.
They're another one that's always in and around the playoffs, so it's a decent shout. Golden Glove.
Michael Cooper.
which is obvious one. Who have you gone with?
I went with Matt Hermanson. I'm saying if
Well,
he
that's
he's not staying. He's not
No.
staying.
He's
Okay,
basically
well,
agreed to deal with West Ham.
Oh.
Okay,
You can go with
that's fair
Jakub
enough.
Stolarczyk if you want. He's out. He's also superb.
Begovic.
Oh yeah, you
Begovic is not starting. Begovic has been bought in 2 seasons ago. We bought in what is his name? Alex Smithies.
He's like
to be like that kind of
because we have
coachy,
Wayne
but-
Hennessy.
Yeah.
Now
you
he's
Wayne
our
Hennessy.
goalkeeper coach.
That's what Asmir Begovic is.
Yeah.
He's not. He'll play if everyone gets injured, but he's that kind of player. But Jakub Stolarczyk, I would say he's not the same level as Mads, but he's not far behind. So
I think
I'll go with him now. Go
okay,
with the back.
I've not gone with him. I've gone with Alex Palmer from Ipswich because he was already very good last
Afterwards.
season, and in an Ipswich squad which has got a very good back line, he'll be even better.
But I feel like I've gone Cooper. Ruben Sellers' sides are going to be strong at the back, and you've got a back four of like Harry Clark. You've got Ahmed Hozic, Tyler Binden, Sam McCallum. You've got other options.
It's a good
in that.
back line, but
Jack Robinson.
I don't know. I just see them struggling. I don't rate Sheffield United's squad that well. I just see them struggling
But
this season.
they're gonna grind, and that's gonna be the difference between you Sheffield United and you promoted three. You promoted relegate three. Sorry, they're gonna play this expansive football, nice playing football. Sheffield United are gonna grind. They're gonna
Maybe,
grit,
yeah.
and they're gonna be.
Maybe.
They're gonna bully you.
I think all three of our shouts are very good. I definitely think it could be any of them. I just think Alex Palmer for me he's proven in the Championship, but then again so is Michael Cooper.
Also, can I say, no Birmingham by anyone? Love that, boys.
No, there was never going to be. I don't think. For me, they're quite clearly finishing in mid-table.
17th.
So shall we move on to League One? We'll try and be a bit quicker with these. So for my promoted two, automatic two. Again, I'll say them and explain them. Luton Town first, Leyton Orient second.
Leyton Orient.
I'll explain. So Luton obviously have a very good squad already. They've just signed Naki Wells from Bristol, which for League One is absolutely ridiculous because he scored 10 goals in the Championship last season.
Yeah.
So for me, they're pissing this league. Like they will be similar to Birmingham last season. And then Leyton Orient, last season they finished in the playoffs and they had a very good season. They've made some incredible business this season. And I know...
Lost Kelman, though.
I was about to say, I know that they've lost a few of their very good loans. They lost Donnelly as well. But look at the business they've done. They've signed Max Killian in goal, who's was one of the better goalkeepers in Premier League 2, which is a position they needed.
Yeah.
They've signed a lot of quality throughout all of the defence, midfield and strikers. All the names have gone out my head. They've signed Dimitri Mitchell, who's been very good at League One level before. So I just feel like they're going to really kick on.
I just think there's better sides.
There are, but I feel like they'll be the surprise package.
I've gone Luton to win the league. Obviously, the manager has been at League One level before.
Yeah.
So, and then I've gone Cardiff second. It's
It's
boring.
I think
they were the other one.
I've gone exactly the same.
Luton.
They were the other one I was looking at, but I wanted to do something a bit exciting.
They shouldn't both be in the
I was just briefly looking
League One.
at their squads. Their squads are so strong.
Oh yeah,
Their squad is too good to be.
Cardiff need a striker.
Cardiff have lost a couple of players, which is why I've put them there. Because again, I looked at a lot of the side signing in business on transfer market, and Cardiff haven't signed anyone really.
No, but
Which
I think
Luton
the squad's
have.
really good anyway. That's the thing. I don't think they
Cardiff don't need more.
I know, but I think Leyton Orient have shown intent. Richie Welland as well has been established, whereas Cardiff's, I'm not actually sure who they've got in charge now. Because
it's some former Man City academy coach.
But that's a risk.
I
Whereas
don't remember his name.
Richie Welland.
Yeah, but Birmingham did the same with Chris Davies.
I know, but Richie Welland has been with Leyton Orient for a while now. He's proven that he can do it. So that's why I put him there. But my third place is Cardiff. My fourth is Plymouth, who are my playoff winners. My fifth is Huddersfield. And my sixth is Stockport, who I think will replicate their season last year.
So I've got third Huddersfield.
Yeah.
I think signing Alfie May from Birmingham.
That's what I was looking at.
Stockport fourth as playoff winners as well.
Fair enough, yeah.
Fifth, I've got Wickham, Richard Kone, if he's...
They're the one that are unlucky to miss out for me. I think Kone leaves, though. That's why.
He's definitely sort of... By all accounts, my League One knowledge is not great. Is he still there?
He's still there now, but I think he'll leave.
Sixth, I've got a bit of a rogue one. Barnsley.
I could see it.
Okay, David McGoldrick.
Oh, no. I think that's a disastrous signing.
No.
He's too old now.
You see him in League 2 last season.
Yeah, but that's League
He
Two.
was
It's a different level.
No.
And also, that was in a Notts County squad that was very good in that league.
I think Barnsley still have a good squad. I know they
They've
finished
got a decent
mid-table.
squad, but when you look
They
at
should have gone a
Cardiff,
lot
you look
better
at Plymouth, you look
but
at
that's why I put them in
Luton.
6th. That's why
No, I know. Who are yours for the playoffs and who wins?
So I've gone with Wickham 3rd, Huddersfield 4th, Stockport 5th, and I've gone with Bolton in 6th.
I had Bolton.
But I think,
Yeah.
but I've said that Huddersfield will be the team that go up. I just think I said Alfred May's come in. We know he can score goals at that
It's
level.
interesting.
I think
I,
he'll just.
did I hear neither of you have Plymouth there?
I don't have Plymouth.
No.
You don't have Plymouth? Wow.
I think they've lost too much.
They've lost a lot
so
of players,
many.
but they've still got a very good squad. I feel like they could have a good season. I don't think they'll be on the same levels as Cardiff and Luton, but I feel like they're good. For me, there's the top 3, which is for me Luton, Leyton Orient, and Cardiff, and then there's a gap, and then there's Plymouth.
I haven't even got Leyton Orient in the top 6.
Wow, to me that is shocking.
Yeah, but I think losing Kelman is just going to be and I think they're going to have a playoff hangover.
But they've signed.
so as well.
They've signed him. They've lost him, and they've signed 3 players to replace him.
I know.
They've made so many signings.
A playoff hangover, I think, happened.
Also, I know it's step 4, but I saw them play my local non-league team, which I work with, and they beat them 5-0. I know you'd expect them to, but the way that they played football was just so good to watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go on to our bottom 4. Who wants to start?
I will. Unfortunately, I really want to put them to stay up, but I think Wimbledon will go down.
I've put them in my bottom.
Then I've
4.
got Burton. I know they ended off the season decent last year, but I think this year will be the one they go. Then I've got Bradford and Doncaster.
Interesting. So you got all 3.
I've got 3 of the
3 of the 4.
Yeah.
I've gone with Exeter. I've gone with Port Vale. I've gone with Wimbledon, and I've gone with Stevenage. This is my rogue one.
Yeah, I see Stevenage.
Yeah. I've gone with FC Wimbledon to finish bottom. Then I went with Northampton. Then with Exeter City, and I went with Peterborough. Because
Wow.
From what I've seen, they've lost quite a few key players.
I know, but I think
Surely they get better.
They
I
have
just
to
don't.
replace him. They are a big League One club, I'd say.
That was good.
But it's my thing. I've just seen that they've lost quite a few key players.
Yeah, they have.
And they were towards the bottom last year. So my thought is that it's going to be difficult to replace those.
Sorry, I'm going back to the Championship, but I forgot to say about QPR when I said playoffs, Poku.
Poku is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
But the reason, I'm glad someone else put Exeter as well, because I don't think people realise how big losing Dimitri Mitchell is for them. He was, when I watched them live last season, he was their only real attacking outlet, and I think losing him for them is absolutely devastating. They were 18th, I think, last season. They were very low down. I think they don't hang on this time. Port Vale don't have a good enough squad. Wimbledon don't have a good enough squad.
I think Port Vale will be fine.
I don't know. I think Wimbledon have lost Goodman as well, their keeper, who was very, very good for them. That's a big loss. Stevenage, I feel like they have a tough season this year in them. I don't think Burton did go down because they signed someone really good when I looked. I can't remember who it was, but they've made a very, very good signing or two.
Anyway, should we move on to League 2?
Yeah, sure. So I've gone for, as the autos 3, Warsaw, Crawley and Notts County, because I think Warsaw will have learnt from last season. They're not going to let that happen again.
I haven't got Warsaw in top 7.
Really? I just feel like they've, in the last 5 seasons or so, they've always pushed for promotion and they've always just missed out. And I feel like this year they have to get it, surely. Crawley, I feel like they're one of the best teams that have come down. I think they know how to get out of this league. They obviously 2 seasons ago went up. They know what they're doing. And Notts County, they finished in the playoffs last season. They need to push on. There's a good amount of ambition around the club. They've got some good signings.
Well, I've gone Bristol Rovers to win the league.
Okay.
Second, I've got Cambridge because I think they've recruited brilliantly for League 2. Really well.
Yeah.
And then
I'll get on to them.
third, I've actually got Notts County as well.
Wow, that's interesting we win one. I didn't think anyone would agree on me.
I've got Notts County.
I think I've forgotten a few teams that came down. So this might be a little bit ropey.
Oh,
but,
dear.
To be fair, our League 2 guy isn't here, Ethan. He knows more about it too.
So I'll go with MK Dons because I believe they've had a decent window from what I've...
I completely forgot about
with
I
what
forgot
I've
about
seen.
them.
I think they've had a good recruitment.
For me, I was looking.
They brought in was it Patterson? He used to play for Cardiff, I think.
Yeah,
I think
Callum Patterson.
For me, I was looking because when I made this list, I was looking at a lot of the teams that finished high up last season. Obviously, MK Dons last season finished, I think, 19th.
They were towards the bottom. Yeah, they should.
But they have had a very good window,
and they've got Paul Warren as manager.
Yeah, wow. I still think there's so much competition in this league.
Yeah.
Who are your other two? Sorry,
I went with Bristol Rovers. I don't know if that's a crazy shout, but
no, it's good.
And I went with Salford because I saw some people putting them.
Salford are for me.
I don't think
they've always been at last year. Where
I don't want to see them there.
Yeah,
but I think they've always been in and around those positions for the last couple of years. Maybe this is the year they do it. They were there for quite a long time in the playoffs areas last year, but they dropped off towards the end. So
yeah. Okay, well, my playoff four. So I've got Cambridge United finishing 4th as playoff winners. I think 5th will be Crewe. They had a very good start to last season. They were 3rd at a good amount of the season, but they finished like 13th. They dropped off, but I feel like they're gonna push on when a lot of these big teams that were in the league, like Wimbledon, your Doncaster, your Bradford, have all left. Bristol Rovers in 6th. They've got to finish in the playoffs at least. And then I've included one that will make Ethan very happy. I've included Colchester United. They nearly snuck into the playoffs late last season, and they seem to have made a few good signings. So I think they could sneak in.
My playoffs, I've got Shrewsbury in 4th. Obviously, just came down from League One.
Yes.
Crawley in 5th as my playoff winners.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be one where they start the season slowly, but momentum, and then momentum takes them up. 6th and 7th, I've got rogue shouts. Swindon.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah.
Lee and Holloway.
I like that. I don't mind that.
And then 7th, Bromley. I thought Bromley had a really good season.
They won that far.
The one I would edge over that is Chesterfield. I'd say they nearly snuck into the playoffs as well.
It's like we've had some influx of National League teams doing well and getting up to League One. We've had that with Wrexham. We've had that with Stockport. We've almost had it with Notts County, and I think Bromley are the next ones.
But don't you believe maybe Bromley that they had a massive high last year? I think a lot of people expected them to go down. A team that had probably one of the smallest budgets in the league. They weren't expected to even go up into the League Two in the first place. Do you reckon they maybe have a year where they just drop off? I don't think they're going to go down. I haven't put my relegation.
I just think.
Do you think they have a little bit of like a? Yeah, like a little bit.
No, I think they just keep rising. I just think
they could.
But I do like the team. Like I do some little.
Who are your playoff ones, by the way?
My playoffs. I'll be with Notts County, which I'm going to say they're going to go up. And I put Walsall in there. I put Chesterfield in there, and I put Cambridge. I think Chesterfield.
Yeah.
I think Chesterfield will continue with that momentum.
I backed Chesterfield over Bromley.
I didn't put Walsall in top 7. Yeah, again, I think it's a playoff hangover.
I do think the problem with League Two is it's so hard to predict because there's so many teams
because that's the thing.
We have the
added element of all the national teams coming up and potentially doing well.
They want to fight. Like Oldham will show intent.
I think Barnet will do well.
Barnet will have they'll have to really try and push on. But I just feel like there's so many teams that could do it in League One. Like there are the ones I didn't include. You could have Chesterfield. You could have MK Dons. There's so many good teams in that league who are a similar level. 23rd and 24th.
I've got the promoted too.
You got the promoted too? You think Barnet and Oldham?
Yeah, because I just think the gap last year for relegation, it was something like 7-9 points. I think there is becoming... I just don't see
Barnet...
Don't you
think that's because there's so much dead wood down there?
Yes, but I just don't see Barnet and Oldham...
I think, didn't Barnet win the league quite comfortably?
They won the National League ridiculously well.
Surely they should come in and just...
I think I've gone the opposite way. I think it's Tranmere and Newport County, who are two of the teams that were right down there last season. Both seem to have slight money problems, especially Tranmere. So
Tranmere, yeah.
Tranmere were awful at points last season. Same with Newport County. For me, at least one of them has to go down. Barnet were too convincing last year. Oldham are a big, big club, and they will want to cement themselves there because they know how bad it is.
Maybe their fans will kind of get them over that.
That's what I mean. I
think they'll have a decent.
Who are you relegated to?
I went with Accrington, Stanley.
They were another one I looked at. They've had money issues.
And I went with Newport County.
Yeah. Well. For me, I don't see many years coming up where at least one of the promoted teams doesn't stay up, because they know how hard it is getting stuck in that league, and there's just so many bad teams at the bottom end of the league too. With the fact there's only 2 spots going down, there's so many that still should be going down that aren't.
The ones that are done well from going up from the National League, Wrexham, you could see them doing well because of the money.
Obviously,
you could have seen Notts County doing well because it's Notts County at the end of the day. They've got money as well. Like they had David McGoldrick on their wage like last year. Stockport, they've been on a rise for years. I just don't see that with Barnet and Oldham. I think
Barnet are very, very ambitious. I feel like they're a club that very much could push on, and Oldham they're one of the big footballing institutions.
Yeah, they are a massive club, Oldham, but I just can't see.
I think fans get them over the line there. I don't think Newport and Tranmere have it this season. I think if you'd removed Carlisle and Morecambe from the league, Morecambe as well, who had absolutely massive money troubles, by the way, Carlisle as well, then Tranmere and Newport were awful. So, anything else you want to say or predict?
Sorry to any fans we've rattled today.
Yeah.
Or any fans that we've ignored.
Yeah, I'm going to say we've ignored a lot of teams. But that will be the end of our prediction show. Obviously, the games get underway this Friday with Wimbledon beat Luton Town as the first game. I just want to quickly hear, what do you think is going to happen in that game?
I think Wimbledon will win it.
You think?
Really? I do. I think they'll go down and Luton win the league, but I think it's just going to be a shock and Wimbledon win.
I see Luton winning that game.
I reckon a draw. I could see a draw. But that is going to be where we end the first episode of The Green Show this season. If you have enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any of our episodes this season, and we will see you in the next one.